That's on the track.
If you ain't talking money, then I don't wanna talk.
Still gon' stunt. Diamonds look like they glowing. 50 stacks all singles, I make it look like it's snowing. Treat them like Jack boys, catch them slipping and slam. Treat them like Jack boys, catch them slipping and slam. Then I'm still gon' stunt. Diamonds look like they glowing. 50 stacks all singles, I make it look like it's snowing. Treat them like Jack boys, catch them slipping and slam. Treat them like Jack boys, catch them slipping and slam. Diamonds look like they glowing. 50 stacks all singles, I make it look like it's snowing. Treat them like Jack boys, catch them slipping and slam. Treat them like Jack boys, catch them slipping and slam. Then I'm still gon' stunt. Diamonds look like they glowing. 50 stacks all singles, I make it look like it's snowing. Treat them like Jack boys, catch them slipping and slam. Treat them like Jack boys, catch them slipping and slam.
What is What is up, ladies and gentlemen? Back with you with another video. I have a quick question for you, and we're going to get straight into it. Should Andrew Schultz of the Brilliant Idiots with Charlemagne be canceled? And there have been a lot of rumblings. We all seen the video. We all seen the video where the main issue was that when Mr. Schultz himself decided to get bold and say the thing that he said about Kendrick Lamar, which was, I am going to basically grape you. And he didn't say it as a joke. White people get that. Black folks in particular were stunned by this. Some of them were taken back. And it brings it all the way back. And I can't even believe Maul even said this shit. It takes it back all the way to slavery days, right? When, of course, the European slave master basically not only raped the women, but he raped the male and the children too. And they all grew up in the same house. That's why you have white folks in your family to this day, my people. But that's not what I'm asking. My question is, shall Charlemagne, which he won't, excuse Andrew Schultz and remove him from ever even making content, which he's going to make his own content, but should he be canceled? This is a particular question. And as I interview some of these, let me start over. As I interviewed throughout the week these same reviews. I kind of call it epiphany. Let's say if Andrew Schultz gets canceled, another one will just simply take his place. It's just like cutting off the head of a snake, and another takes its place. And it goes on and on and on and on. This is the reason why I said yesterday and the day before. And people are starting to repeat the exact same thing that I said. And that was never bring none of these motherfuckers to the cookout. Why would you want to bring these white supremacist idiots, these Nick Fuentes, for example, and shouts out for Nick Fuentes for becoming a victim. Welcome to the hood, motherfucker. We'll get on Nick Fuentes some other day. He kind of find out his damn self that once you start spraying off your mouth, it's like I said, this is a very small world. Small world. Someone came into his house and he started pepper spraying a female. And he brutally beat her to a living pulp. Oh, you're beating up females. Oh, good for you. Good for you. Welcome to the hood. Welcome to our life of living. But at any rate, he's getting death threats, as I stated before. People were talking about, which I don't condone. I don't condone anything. No disrespect, but I don't condone nothing about no violence towards no kids or no wife. The families should stay out of this. Y'all remember in Scarface, Tony Montana, he's driving with the Colombians or whatever. I forgot what it was. I haven't seen Scarface in so long. But anyway, they were trying to do a job. And Tony's job was to basically sniff the kid, right? But come to find out, he was picking up his wife and his kid. His wife and his kid were in the car. And Tony said, hold up, hold up. And the dude right next to him was planning the bomb. The bomb was underneath his car. He was like following him around everywhere that he went. And Tony said, no, hold up. We got to do this another day, right? Dude just kept ignoring him. And finally, he let one off into his tongue. Tony said, I told you, no kids. Brains were splattered all over the window. But no, not the kids, not the kids. I don't give a good damn what you do to Andrew Schultz. You smack him around, stomp him in his nuts, whatever. But leave the wife and the kids alone. Although I will say, I also warned a lot of people, and it's shown throughout ages, whenever you try to take somebody's manhood away, you will get dealt with. Not only did he say that he was going to rape Kendrick and put him over his knee like a child, going to have him sit on his lap like a child, but put him over his head like a child. K-Dot is what, 30-some years old? And you mean to tell me that this white boy is bold enough to say the things he say? This is what is called getting away with murder. You can't get away with murder when you're on the internet. When you're a famous celebrity like that, and I don't know, Schultz is a comedian. He's going to have to come to a city. He's going to have to come to a town where Kendrick Lamar is known. When there are K-Dot fans every freaking way. It's unavoidable. He's going to have security. He's going to have security. But like I said, leave the women and children alone. Do whatever it is you will, minus the deletion. I don't know why y'all say deleted. I just basically just think about it. What he said clearly, instinctively should inquire and ask for him. But without further ado, I'm gonna go ahead and shut my mouth and go ahead and play a clip, which, like I said, everybody has looked, scanned this, talked about it, gotten their opinions on it. Now, let's see what the aftermath is about. And I'm still waiting for Kendrick Lamar's response. Let's do it. Fair use, fair use. Oh, and by the way, I'd like to give a shout out to a new piece. I want y'all to go and follow this guy. Big Quiz. I don't want to butcher the brother's name. I want you to go ahead and subscribe to Big Kish Reactions. Big Kish Reactions. I think he lives near my way. I'm not too sure. But let's get it.
Andrew Schultz, he was just joking. We got some of them people, man. Want to laugh at Andrew Schultz all of a sudden. You know damn well you never even heard of Andrew Schultz. Like, y'all gonna see. I just wanted to put that out there. Just wanted to put that out there before y'all, you know what I'm saying? Just a little warning. That was it. But y'all know I'm like holding y'all. Without further ado, let's get it.
My fault. I know I've been missing, but yo, I'm not gonna lie. I just saw this clip of Andrew Schultz and Charlemagne on a show. I forget the name of the show. Oh, Brilliant Idiots, right here. Yeah, so I saw Andrew Schultz and Charlemagne on their show, and Andrew Schultz was jacking that niggas was threatening to kill him. Let's listen to what Andrew had to say before I give y'all my 2 cents.
Don't be surprised if he goes crazy. Listen, some of the Kendrick stans have been posting shit like telling me they're gonna take out my family on like pictures of my child, my daughter. God. You surprised? But this is the nature of the game. And social media. Yeah, social media. It's like, but he says that line. He says that line. His parent, his friend, some of his fans. The majority of his fans don't do anything. The majority of his fans are just like they like hip hop. They think he's a great musician. But the most extreme ones, on a picture of my 8-month baby, are going.
Notice how he sounds like a victim in this. Notice that he just sounds completely white at this moment. But just a couple of days ago, you was ha kiki kaka, yo, this and yo that. And all of a sudden, you sound like the particular white guy. Oh my God, they said something about my wife and my children, which I already said it before. Leave the babies alone. Leave the babies alone. Let all that cease. Do what you will with him, minus the deletion, but I would straight embarrass him. I would do something so embarrassing. He wouldn't dare go online for at least a week or two, which ain't much, but let's get it.
Going, you better take security everywhere because I'm coming for your whole family. And this is like multiple. So to me, that person, I don't blame Kendrick. We can't control what our fans do. But that person, I go, you're talking about my kid, man. Like,
yeah,
I have to screenshot you, know who you are, and if I ever see you, you.
Why you talking tough on IG Live? Peekaboo, you know my little niggas off they rocker. Nah, but no funny shit. Andrew. Now listen, I know how crazy fans could get. Now, since I've been covering this rap battle and shit, I've had stands from, the Canada side of things talk crazy, but you know what I mean? Don't bother niggas. So I know people can start talking crazy, but listen, when you talk about, you know, physically and sexually assaulting somebody, and then you pass it off as comedy, it's going to be really hard for people to feel for you.
No. When he took it further and started explaining his bloodline, and I really think that these people they hate. I don't know if he said Jewish or Irish or whatever he said, but he wanted people to feel sorry for him. Bitch, you said you would bend K. Dot over and give him the big old hee-haw. Now that's too much to me like Willie Lynch. And if for those who you have read the letter, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Now look, here's it. Theory, my main man, 111 Theory, says white people always play or blame the actual victims. True. Very true. However, I do not know when or how to find. Let me see if I can find. I need to find a give a fuck. If you can find a give a fuck, if you have a fuck to give, please let me know. It's about high time y'all stop bringing these motherfuckers over to the cookout. Everything that I said came to fruition. People are starting to repeat what I say, as I stated to you before. And it's starting to come to fruition just a little bit. But then you got those ones that like to double down for him. And like, it's like mind-boggling to me that you would go, like you would really stray for this man. You will really stray for everything that he has stated and say that it is funny. Once again, I don't find nothing funny. I don't find building I don't find building another. That's what prison is for. That's what prison life is like. And for a man the only thing a black man fears is prison. That's the only thing a black man fears is prison. And you're going to state the most wicked, most evilest thing that you can ever think of? And you think it's a joke? Well, the joke's on you, sir. And K-Dot hasn't even said a word yet. Let's get it.
Now that strangers are giving you similar energy and saying what they're going to do to you when they see you and shit. You feel me? And I'm not excusing it. I don't support any type of physical.
No, but Lauren Jamal would excusing it.
Threat over on the internet and no threat of killing, especially under pictures of babies. Some of y'all niggas is a little crazy. Y'all need to relax. But
yeah, I do not condone any of that behavior. You know what I'm saying? Just to put it out there. Nah, nobody should be threatening nobody's children or anything like that. It's all internet. Let's get it.
This is the nature of the beast.
I'll drop it in a minute there.
Gang, like you said, it's the nature of the beast. You know that. You understand that. You can't cry wolf now because it kind of sounds like you crying a little bit, bro.
Yeah.
Like you set this up, bro. You talk crazy and you know these motherfuckers be crazy, nigga. You know it, Andrew. You know it. So you can't sit here and say niggas is threatening under my pictures of my baby and shit. When you were saying that if you was locked in a cell with Kendrick, you would do X, Y, and Z and all this, you know what comes with the game, gang. Now, when it's basketball or some shit,
I mean, we pretty much know that Andrew Schultz has said a lot of things derogatory towards other black hip hop artists, Drake being one of them at a time. I don't know what Ice Cube's I don't know why he would say that, he would emulate No Vaseline and say it was it was meant to rape a man. Like, no Vaseline was a reaction to a diss record, and saying that his boss, at the point in time when the NWA niggas with attitudes were in a group, Ice Cube was the only smart one to ever get out the group. And Jerry Lawler, the owner, basically put a wedge in between Ice Cube, Dr. Dre, Old Yeller, Eazy-E, and the rest of the boys, right? Drove a wedge in between them, and it was a war between Ice Cube versus everybody else. Ice Cube formed the Lynch Mob, and of course, Eazy-E was still with, Ruthless Records with not Jerry Lawler. I'm thinking of the wrestler, whatever the white guy's name is, the Jewish guy. Yeah. So anyway, shit is mind-boggling to me.
A nigga having a bad game, and then people go under the comments, this dude family comments, and start threatening their family. That's crazy. But you can't threaten sexual assault on somebody and then be like, "Oh my God, people are sending me death threats." Like, you be all right, gang. But until next time, I'm out of here. Make sure you hit that follow the backup account.
In the street, they'll cut me up, they'll shoot me, they'll do whatever. I'm not a tough guy, yo. But just Kendrick, I would make love to you. There's nothing you can do about it.
Now,
me up, they'll shoot me, they'll do whatever. I'm not a tough guy, yo. But just Kendrick, I would make love to you. There's nothing me up, they'll shoot me. I'm not a tough guy, yo. But just Kendrick, I would make love to you. There's nothing you can do about it.
Now,
I have a question for y'all. Seriously. Fellas. Right? Come close. As a matter of fact, come close. Now, would you let a white boy threaten your manhood like that? Excuse me. Would you honestly have a person like that say that he would bend you over and you couldn't do nothing to prevent that from happening? Think about it. Does that sound masculine to you? Is bending a grown man, especially a black man, and you're a white man, and you are going to bend him over? Let's go with me, even though it sounds disgusting. Do you think I would let this mother bend hell to the no? It'll be possibly a gunfight after that. Somebody gotta go. I'm picking up steak knives. I'm slicing, doing whatever I have to do. I guess we'll be in hell together. But ain't no way, in no circumstances, in no point in time, do you let this guy take away your manhood and go ha ha after that. Ain't nothing ha. Ain't nothing no ha ha about it. But that's how white people are. White people laugh at the most dumbest jokes. Everybody loves Bill Burr for whatever reason. I don't find him funny either. I don't find him funny. The one white comedian that ever had made me laugh was George Carlin. George Carlin was the only person that ever made me laugh. And I'm like, what the? What is up with these? What is up with these white communities? The Gary Owens of the world that think that they got a hall pass. You got a motherfucking hall pass. Hotep. And I haven't seen you in a while, Missy Pooh. I definitely not seen you in a while. Okay, let's get it.
Two ways you could take this, because I see people over there talking about you remember back in slavery days when white men used to buck black men and all that. Bro, that man was not saying no weird shit like that whatsoever, gang. He was not saying he was physically going to go and like assault Kendrick. Metaphorically, he was calling Kendrick a bitch. See, for Kendrick fans to be so smart, that shit flew over all of y'all fucking head, bro. And the shit was...
Is this dude kidding us? Now it's metaphorically. Y'all motherfuckers got metaphors and shit now. No, he said what he said, bro. There ain't no metaphor, man. Peanut head ass motherfucker.
Are you surprised? Why is that so why is that so mind blowing?
Andrew Schultz making jokes about graping Kendrick Lamar is the development of Black women not being protected. And this has been a conversation that we've been having as a society for decades. Like Malcolm X was having this conversation back in the 50s and 60s. And we are in 2024 still having the same conversation that Black women are the most disrespected and unprotected group of women. And when Black women say this, a lot of Black men think.
I hope that's not an allegation. Is that an allegation? Is that for real? Oh boy. AKA the what? The boot. Oh, whoa, what? Bring your ass up here, boy. Like what? The who's the booty bandit? Guy at you. The name sounds familiar. Anyway, let's get it.
Think that Black women are just complaining for the sake of complaining. But you need to understand that when your woman is unprotected, it means your community is unprotected. So now
we got somebody in the building.
Yo, what's up?
Who the hell is that? Oh, Gary.
I came up with that joke just right now, and even I could say I'm more funnier than Andrew Schultz without being funny. But all jokes aside, this is a serious matter, low-key.
I don't find any of that funny. Especially what he would do to just because he's like what 6'3", 6'4", and K-Dot's K-Dot's like a little bit under my height, like 5'9", 5'8". I'm 5'10", so where he weighs about like a buck 30 something. Maybe not, but he work. I mean, I don't want to speculate that he does work out, but let's just say hypothetically he does work out.
Mm-hmm.
He would. I don't know, because mathematically and scientifically, I don't know if Andrew Schultz knows anything. Knows how to box, knows martial arts, MMA. I don't know what he knows. All he knows is how to make people laugh with his dumb ass.
I mean, for the most case, white dudes do have a fetish for Black people. That wouldn't surprise anybody. They do like chocolate. Let's just say that. But they can't handle that. But they claim to like it, but they can't handle it. That's one way to put it. But they have an obsession.
White people been liking having fantasies about Black women for years.
That's what I'm saying. Like, they can't handle it. They become diabetic anyway. What I'm trying to say is, that turned awkward.
It was awkward, very awkward indeed.
Yeah, but not Andrew Schultz awkward.
However, again, people want to express some type of sympathy for the guy. I don't have any sympathy at all for the simple fact that, number one, you are always annoying. Number two, Charlemagne put you on for a reason. A specific reason, because he wouldn't be defending his boy like this.
I mean, the guy's got to go.
Even though he knew he was wrong, right? Even though he knew he was wrong in saying what he said, he still defended it. He still defended it.
Yeah, did you see the Indian guy and the two black guys on this podcast?
Yes, they were all laughing.
They gotta go with him too, you know, because he was violating someone's manhood, and those three guys are not stopping him.
Oh no! The black dude that was sitting on the far end, no, he would have to go immediately.
Like anybody who's rocking with that guy is a traitor. Like anybody who rocks with Schultz is a traitor, along with Schultz. Schultz is like the enemy of, obviously.
But the question still remains: should he be canceled?
I mean, definitely, he should be more than just canceled. He should be like, he gotta go.
I mean, I wouldn't. You mean like, well, what do you mean when you say gotta go? Like he's gotta.
I mean,
gotta go, or
I mean, like, there's many opinions on this. Some people say he's definitely like, what does he expect? Like making fun of another man, like a black person's manlyhood. Like, what does he expect? Honestly, like people get hurt over this type of comments.
Yes, especially challenging another person's manhood. Like, really, like it's mind-boggling to me. But then again, we are in a world of the internet. We are in a world of free speech, and we can say whatever it is that we want to say anecdotally, but people don't fear the consequences and repercussions of their actions. However, I almost forgot to tell you, you probably already know this. Once Trump gets in office, once the inauguration starts, he's going to start signing paperwork. And one of those paperworks actually has definitively has this statement. People can say whatever it is they want to say. Free speech, that means everybody.
I mean, free speech is a code word for like hate speech.
Whatever. It's just like I reminded some people like a couple of months ago. I told my wife, look, you can say whatever.
But the good thing about free speech is that you get to identify who's your enemy and who's not. Like they single themselves out pretty good.
We all know who's our enemy. We all know who the enemy is. For those who all want to go against us for whatever particular reason and gaslight and deflect and just do all types of shit to us, those are our primary enemies, right? Like, for example, when we all found out that Gary Owens got a divorce from his wife, and you know his wife is black, right? His wife is black. We all found out he was a baby mama, or he was a baby father now. So this is what I mean when you bring other people to the freaking cookout. You bring unfamiliars, you bring infiltrators to the motherfucking cookout, and you giving away all your secrets, all your trade-ins. Like, you got gold beyond gold, right? You got gold, silver, bronze. You got all that shit in your house. Next thing you know, an unfamiliar comes along and says, yo, this is a very nice house. And then next thing you go to sleep and you wake up, he's got all your gold, all your silver, all your bronze, your house, period.
Yeah.
And
wait, you went to cookout?
Say it again.
Wait, and that Andrew guy, he went to a cookout, like an actual cookout.
No. What we mean by bringing motherfuckers to the cookout, we mean having white folks or other people infiltrate into your group. That's what individuals to the cookout, bringing the wrong motherfuckers to the cookout, and you know how shit was back in them times. And then it's just like people, once they have eaten your food or tasted your culture, which I don't know how rap music got into people's heads. It's not about rap music. This is what Maul and Rory were talking about. You know, you remember Maul and Rory, right? They used to be with Joe Budden back in the day until they got fired, but whatever. So, and then they started talking about hip hop this, and they're like, do you think Andrew Schultz belongs in that culture? And it's like, who gives a shit about coach? Who gives a shit about any of that? Hey, you got kids in the background? Theory, you got kids?
No, it's just my mom.
Oh.
I'll go outside for 5 minutes.
Oh, mama. I'll tone it down. Let's just say for the sake of argument that, like I said, you get people in certain spaces that they nearly don't belong, right? And then they get a sense of variety as they soak up your culture just because they bought a ticket to see an Ice Cube concert, or they saw a Pharrell concert. Even though Pharrell, he lets anybody in, right?
I mean, you cannot ban them from like experiencing the culture, but you could ban them from having influence in the culture. That's one thing. Gatekeeping, that works all the time.
Right. But that don't make you the king of knowledge of hip. I don't even know how to explain it, but you can't just take something that you have not created. It's like I can't say definitively that baseball was.
My mom says to continue the live outside.
Oh, yeah, you better continue that live outside. I can't say I had invented baseball, right? I can't say, yeah, you need to fix that player. But I can't say that I stole baseball from somebody. I haven't even invented baseball. But I know a lot of blacks and Hispanics have taken over baseball.
Mm-hmm.
I can't say that I invented basketball. But you know a whole bunch of black folks, 75% of black folks have taken over that shit.
I mean, cultural appropriation is like works both the directions, but it's just when the white man is doing it, it hits different.
But we ain't even talking about that. The main thing that got on everybody's nerves, and now he's being sent death threats and all this other stuff, talking about if you come to LA on a comedy night, you know what's up. You better.
Well, the guy deserves that. I mean, he deserves it because the guy's a violator.
No. Again, saying what you said, that's the only thing that relatively people were focused on. It's the simple fact you were trying to take away this dude's manhood and saying that he couldn't do shit about shit. Just because
I mean, they do. I mean, they do like taking away people's manhoods. That's their whole history and everything, like Christopher Columbus and all that. It's nothing new. It's just the guy who's doing it in the 21st century. That's wild.
I would like to know the purpose of why that was, or why. Of course, every white person thinks that was funny. And I'm even surprised that Maul thought it was funny too. So I gotta pull that nigga card my damn self and say, why the fuck do you think that was funny what Schultz was saying. You got to catch the sense of humor part of it. He wasn't saying as if he would actually do it. He was just talking about his I don't care. I don't care. Niggas ain't no excuses. Ain't nothing after that.
Yeah.
Niggas gotta go.
Yeah, I mean, he deserves to be eliminated for, like, trying to violate Kendrick's manhood. I mean, I get it, Kendrick called him out, or didn't call him out. He's just alleging that Kendrick called him out, and then he started beef over nothing. I mean, the guy should be taken out for just being stupid.
No one even said this dude's name. Even though
Andrew Schultz.
The line states, no white rappers should talk about black women as law.
Oh, there's Eminem, too. There's, like, Eminem. He made fun of some black woman. He didn't get canceled. I mean, he did, but he got over it.
Well, I heard him. I heard him with the whole nigga joke. I heard it. I mean, it took like a year, but I heard that shit.
I mean, I know people that can rap better than Eminem.
I'm not surprised at all. Again, when you let somebody in, they basically the premise is to learn and to adapt, right? He took everything from Rakim. He took everything from Rakim. He took everything from primarily Twista and learned from other Detroit rappers. And he took it and he basically ran with it. And now people are saying that he is the face of hip hop. Huh?
I mean, people always tell me Eminem's a cultural vulture. I always knew it ever since I was young. I knew it. He was like, something is not right. Something's odd.
Yeah, you let motherfuckers infiltrate. That's what's wrong.
Mm-hmm.
But who am I to say? It's not like I can go to Germany and take over their spot. No, I can't do that.
No, they wouldn't let you do that in the first place. And if you tried to, it would be a little corny.
That
I mean, it's corny how white boys are
clowning black women left, right, and center is now saying he would grape a man, a black man. See, the level of disrespect is there. It's like, if I can talk crap about your woman, why do you think I wouldn't talk crap about you? If I can disrespect your woman and there's no repercussions for my actions, why would I not disrespect you and make jokes about graping you? This is just the development of protect black women, respect black women.
Nah, it's their culture, bro. It's like the white people's culture to like disrespect black people. It's like it runs rampant in their DNA. I wouldn't even blame them. I would just take it up with God for creating such people.
Hold on now. We can't blame God for everything. We can't because we can't blame God for what man has done. Simply what man has tried to do.
I mean, why did God even create white people? Like, what's the point of it?
Say that again?
I mean, why did God even create white people? Like, what's the whole point of their existence? They don't contribute to the culture. They don't contribute much to the economy. They just take, but never give. They never give. They only take.
Well, there's a reason for saying. There's a reason why they say be fruitful and multiply, and that's in the biblical text. But although we, the I don't want to say the darkest of African people can get together and make a white person. I don't want to say it like that, but theoretically speaking, two black people can get together and make a white person. That's what Europeans come from. They came from us.
I mean, that is true.
I mean,
these think they're uppity because of their light skin.
Biologically and scientifically, they really came from us. So, but
I mean, I don't think they came from black people because
there was that Ice Age side. The Ice Age people came and were basically eating each other because they didn't have no fucking food. So what did they do?
I don't think God's creation created white people. But I think it was the devil that created them. That's why they call the white man the white devil.
The devil can't create anything but hatred. Devil ain't got no power. People exercise their right to become evil. That's the difference.
Honestly, my hatred of them has become into avoidance.
If I can manipulate you and you can justify your actions just like Andrew Schultz did, justified his actions and doubled down on the shit, doubled down, and then they're going to act like a victim afterwards, that is coming from the devil.
I mean, that is coming from the devil,
He doesn't believe in that sort of thing. He believes he's doing right by telling other black people, telling Kendrick Lamar and other rap artists to stop dumbing down our own people. It's like, what place of yours is it? You don't have a place in it because you yourself are the biggest hypocrite in hip hop history. I can't even say hip hop because he's not a hip hop artist.
The guy's a fraud. I mean, the guy poses something
to the man, and for him to make a joke.
Got what?
I mean, Eminem poses as he's like one of the greatest rappers of our time, when actually multiple white boys could do what he's doing, but way better. It's just the person who's rapping has to have an authentic story and have an experience lived in a certain neighborhood and be from like they can be Mexican at least, like they gotta be at least Mexican or something to like be legitimate, you know? Like if it's a totally white out person, I don't know if they could be lying or telling you, I don't know the validity, you know, behind like Eminem's not originally from Detroit, he's from the countryside. He's from Alabama, so
no, he's from Arizona.
Yeah.
He's in Arizona and he went from 7 Mile to 8 Mile with his mom for a period of time. Did a rap battle, lost in the 6th round. Then later on, Dr. Dre discovered him, gave him a deal, and he ended up taking off. And of course, people soak that shit up like vanilla ice.
Yeah.
And of course, you know how the culture is. I mean,
oh yeah, I've heard of Jay-Z and Diddy.
Yeah. Well, hold on. There was the baggy jeans from back in the 90s. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, the sagging thing.
It had cross colors, and the next thing you know, they started wearing baggy clothes. MC Hammer came out with baggy shit. Vanilla Ice came out with baggy shit. Fucking. For some strange reason, we got dudes painting their freaking fingernails for one crazy ass reason. I don't know not one other than Lil Nas X to happen to ever paint their freaking fingernails. That ain't no black shit.
Yeah, I mean, why is the guy doing that?
I think it's time for us brothers to have the meeting of the minds and start having to say, look, the question still remains. Should Andrew Schultz be canceled?
I don't know what to do with him. I'm disappointed. Like, I used to think the guy was funny because he's a white boy surrounding himself with people who are not white, trying to make them laugh. But then as soon as I learned the truth about him, I was like, this guy's a Nazi, like a Nazi comedian. He acts like weird, like his mannerism, his jokes. Like his jokes started turning politically incorrect.
He reminds me of Nick Fuentes.
That's what I'm saying, the funny version of Nick Fuentes. Wait, Nick Fuentes is not white. It's the last name sounds Mexican. Nick Fuentes.
He could, well, according to him, according to his mannerisms, according to how he acts, he's considered American.
Oh yeah.
He calls himself that, right? But guess what? The boy ended up getting arrested for assault and battery.
For whom?
On a female.
What female was it? Like, what did she look like?
I don't know, some particular white female that was down with the bullshit, and so She ended up going over to finding his address online, going over to his house, knocked on his door. He ended up pepper spraying her and kicked her down the steps.
It was a white female. I mean, these people don't have respect amongst their own ranks. They have no loyalty. They will just out their own for their own convenience. It's the monster within our societies. That's what's speaking. I mean, white supremacy works like this: betrayal, vengeance, disowning, and excommunicating. I mean, the white woman approached him, and then he got pissed off. He's like, "How dare a woman call me out?"
No. Shh. We don't tell the truth on here. Shh.
Oh.
No. Don't do that. Don't do that.
He did not. I want y'all to notice how now his response.
And he looked like that cartoon. What's the cartoon? The black dude with the big mustache. He got like an afro. He looked just like that cartoon.
What the backlash is to say that Kendrick fans are starting to make physical threats to him and his family. I want y'all to see how it seems to be more important for people to defend a man's freedom of speech than defend someone who speaks up for the women in his community. I think this is something we should all pay attention to. And black people, black men specifically, some of us need to start taking a hard look at ourselves. Because I see a lot of you going to bat for that man and his right to tell a joke. And calling the people in your own community soft for the fact that they don't want to tolerate disrespect. It's not just the public figures either. It's people right here on TikTok who think they're standing for something by defending what that man said or dismissing it altogether. That's not okay. Let's just call it like it is. It's not okay. It's very whack, all right? Some of y'all are doing it because I get you don't want to support Kendrick Lamar. That is what it is. You don't have to like him as a rapper. You don't. You don't have to like that he won the battle. You don't. But you also should not endorse anyone, absolutely anyone, disrespecting the women in our community, the women in the black community. And I'm telling you, what bothers me more than this whole beef situation between Andrew Schultz and Kendrick, or Drake and Kendrick, or any of that, are the people in our own community who are taking hard stances against us and trying to say that we are playing the victim, trying to virtue signal us for trying to stand up for what we believe in and who we are as a people. You should really ask yourself why.
Oh shoot, my mom is texting me right now.
That applying to you.
Oh, my mom is texting me right now. My mom is saying you better not speak on no influential white figures.
She said that about me?
She said that about me. She says, I better not speak about no white people, like famous white people. Like Donald Trump is off that list. That white comedian is off that list. My mom is saying, don't say anything against white people in public on YouTube.
Hey, look. I'm gonna let you deal with that part. All right.
And right now, it's just text message. She's not calling me right now, but
I don't see it. It's a matter. You're entitled to your opinion. That's it.
I mean, my mom has a lot of white friends. That's why she doesn't want me to go public with it.
Does she? But curiosity. Does she know anybody black?
She knows no one black. All she knows is white people. She seeks approval from white people.
Does she know Sammy Davis Jr.?
She knows of Bruno Mars, and she knows of The Weeknd, the celebrity. She knows about the culture, but no black people personally.
Weeknd. You know The Weeknd is black, right?
She knows The Weeknd. She likes The Weeknd a lot, but she doesn't take sides with black people a lot because she has white friends and she will do anything for them.
I would be surprised at the age your mom is. She should know who Sammy Davis Jr. is. I mean, after all, he was a part of the Rat Pack.
Yeah.
You know? that's the oldest living history in history, where he was the only black person to ever sing with Frank Sinatra and all the other people. I forgot what their names were. But
I mean, my mom just doesn't want me to speak in public because.
Well, if you go down Flamingo and underneath the bridge, Frank Sinatra is connected to Sammy Davis Jr. Drive.
Oh, really?
Yes, they named the Rat Pack after a street.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, my mom just doesn't want my interviews on here to go live in public, like breaking news. This guy is spilling the truth or something and pisses white people off. That's what my mom's biggest fear is. Anonymity.
Is your mom what's the word? A liberal or a?
She's a conservative.
She's a conservative. Okay. Well,
I'm pro humanity. I'll just do anything for anyone, as long as they're in the right and not in the wrong.
Okay. Well, okay. We'll leave it there. Because YouTube is YouTube, and it's not for. And plus, we ain't gonna go all for all Mama Bear, isn't that right, bro?
Yeah, that's
weird.
I'm not
going for Mama Bear.
Nah.
Mama Bear has an opinion like everybody else, so we gonna leave it there. But for this bastard, nah, he's gonna have to see K. Dot sooner or later. And speaking of which, has he said anything yet?
I know he didn't reply.
He what?
He didn't reply yet with a song, but I don't know. There's rumors that he might.
We'll see. We will see.
Why you don't?
I gotta go. My mom's calling me.
That desire.
All right, man. You take it easy.
All right, bye.
Bye. No, we ain't gonna talk about Mama Bear. We are not gonna talk about Mama Bear. Her opinion is her opinion. That's his mom. All right. He's the only adult in the room. The only adult in the room. But let's continue.
To
like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Like, share, and subscribe to the channel. This is some good content, although it could be under better circumstances. This is some great content right here.
Have some sort of power and self-respect within the Black community and tell other communities not to disrespect us. Why do you not identify with that sentiment? Where does your power come from? Because if you can talk down and disparage your own community, you obviously don't draw power from it. So where does your power come from? Why is it that you can look at a man who says Black women are always stressing their boyfriends out? Their boyfriends are growing beards because Black women are slapping the shit out of them all the time. Why is it that you can look at a man who says that he would put himself in a jail cell with a rapper and take advantage of him, and that rapper would have no way of fighting him off? Why is it that you can identify with someone like that? You can identify with those words and brush them off and say that they're just a joke.
Yeah.
But you can't understand the deep-rooted ancestral trauma that would cause an entire community of people to be upset by those words being spoken. Why is that? These are real questions.
The wheat is going to be separated from the tares.
Conclusion, guys, maybe the Kendrick stands were joking. We don't know. But speaking of jokes, one of my favorite jokes from Bill Burr set is when he talks about Black athletes and a touchy subject that, it may.
I ain't gonna lie, I like Bill Burr. He's official. He's official.
From there goes that colonizer mindset again, right?
Yeah.
Attack that Kendrick Lamar and Drake beef is that you're going to start realizing what Kendrick is actually focusing on. New age rap fans, they don't understand rap culture. They don't understand hip hop culture. They don't understand battling culture when it comes to battle rap. They can't tell you what, they weren't out here shooting in the gym. And
all right, we ain't gonna play too much of that, but y'all get the hint. But I really gotta go back to Rory and Maul, because there's something about those two that one of the reasons why, and shouts out to Joe Budden, there's a reason why Joe Budden let these motherfuckers go. There's a reason for that. Let's get into it. Fair use, fair use. These are good content creators, good reactions. Let's get it.
I think Andrew Schultz, I understand everything he said. I understand where he was coming from. I think that people are just mad that it came from that face.
That could be true.
A brown, more melanated face, people would be inclined to agree.
But a brown, more melanated face wouldn't say that.
I mean, Charlamagne said he would suck dick if he lost a bet, so it's kind of the same.
I mean, bro, it depends on what part of it you're talking about. If you're talking about Andrew Schultz saying he will make love to Kendrick Lamar, yeah, you're probably not going to hear that from a brown melanated face within the culture. You know what I'm saying? Unless that person just go that way. You feel what I'm saying? But in terms of Andrew Schultz speaking on, you know, Kendrick doing songs with certain people and, you know, Kendrick not always protecting black women, bro, you don't even know what's really going on. Like, who gave you the authority to speak on this thing of ours?
I don't see how those two things correlate.
Well, Schultz said he would make love to a man. He was more gentle about it. He's like, I can make love to you.
Yeah, but what's up?
My mom let me in for like 15 more minutes.
15 more minutes?
Yeah.
All right. Well, look, these motherfuckers are justifying. I can't believe these dudes is justifying having just because he's a white guy.
I mean, white people just don't justify anything.
I can't put it in the words. I can't just. I really need to pull their card.
I mean, honestly, they will justify anything. I mean, these guys are the same people that deny the Holocaust.
Ouch. Well, that'd be your line of work. but seriously. I'm trying to think logically about this and say, no, hell no. I can't think logical about two dudes.
There is no logical explanation.
No, listen. I cannot and will not on even on my last breath justify some bullshit, especially from some white nut that ultimately disrespects black women in his comedy, and people think it's funny when others think it's not, but he doubles down on the shit. I am so sick and tired of listening to this guy. I am literally sick and tired. After doing a couple of shows on him, I did like 4 or 5 years ago. I released it from me because I know what I'm capable of.
I mean, the guy probably has a thing for humiliating black people, and he's also fruity.
Well, we all know he's fruity and stupid, but that's not the point. The point is when he says it, it's okay. It's okay. People around here, no, it's the culture. It's the culture. But if I were to say something about a Jew, of course, I would not care, but my shit would probably get shut down, or somebody will probably give me a warning or something. What? Why y'all so special?
I mean, white people are not Jews because, I mean, they used to be black, but it's just still it's complicated. But I just say, white people the rules are different for these folk.
You know what? I should have heed the advice of Rizza Islam. Shouts out to brother Rizza. He told me to go get the book and read the book. The Blacks Meet the Jews, or I forgot what book that was by Wesley. I think it was by Wesley Muhammad. I got to get that book and I got to read it and I got to study it. Plus, there's some others. I want to know how so fucking special these motherfuckers are. But literally, if I were to say anything, if I were to do anything, if I were to make a video about Jews, about the Anglo-Saxons, about this and about that, how long would it be before they cancel me?
I mean, the white people will just the white people will get mad at you
This dude can literally get away with anything
because he's white. The rules are different for me. I know it's a sad reality, but if one of us were to say something about white people, we would get shunned all over Fox News.
Who gives a shit about Fox?
Nobody, but still, they will reach to the mainstream white people.
Am I gonna meet? Am I gonna meet Sean Hannity? What's Sean Hannity gonna do to me?
Nothing, but again, white people will probably trip, and they will terminate your channel because they control YouTube, low-key.
Speaking of which, your mom's not a fan of Sean Hannity, is she?
She's not a fan of me telling the spilling beans on people.
Oh boy, she's a fan of Sean Hannity and Combs. Speaking of Combs, where has he been? Anyway, it don't matter. Let's continue.
If I wanted to.
Okay, but are you on the side of only I'm allowed to talk about the problems in my house? Outsiders are not.
No.
Okay.
Because the problems in your house can affect me too. Like if I'm a teacher.
You think Schultz was affected?
No, I'm just saying if the problems in your house can affect me as well. That's the thing that I think, because you go out into the real world, right? So now if you're having problems, you having a bad day, and we work together, and you come into the workspace with that energy, that directly affects me because
certainly happens.
Exactly.
I see what Maul is trying to say about how the problems can affect you, but I don't think it affects Andrew Schultz in any way whatsoever. I think he was just trying to clap back at Kendrick Lamar. You know what I'm saying? He just did a poor job at doing so.
I do.
What do you need to clap back for? He didn't say anything. Oh, never mind. Never mind.
Understand somewhat of the outrage of people that are looking at this like, all right, Kendrick said something about you. Why are you making this a hip hop thing? Since if you just want to talk to Kendrick Lamar, talk to Kendrick Lamar.
That's
why
what I
are
said.
you now trying to devalue hip hop? Even if there is some truth in what he's saying, I don't think we needed Schultz to tell us that hip hop has had a misogynistic history.
What?
Check my last video on Andrew Schultz. That's exactly what I said. We don't need you to tell us this. Number one.
Okay, dude, no disrespect to you or your content, but that's not one of the reasons why. That's not the reason why. I mean, people can justify it. At this particular point in 2024, going into 2025, in the stake of hip hop and the way it is, they can have it. They can literally have it. I could care less about hip hop. I don't even listen to hip hop like I used to anymore.
I mean, hip hop. There's some songs by Sexy Red that do give me a low-key a headache.
And that's another person that no one needs to go nowhere near. Because
I mean, I wouldn't go near her. Would you go near her?
People, she's not only giving dudes headaches, she's giving them headaches.
Oh shit!
burning them in the process.
Damn, I would not go anywhere near her. Would you?
What? You wanna run that by me again?
I would not go anywhere near her, but I don't know about you.
People will probably joke and say, "Oh, you probably paid $12,000 to get in them drops." Yeah, right.
Nah, nobody's that stupid to do that.
I'll hang myself first.
Wait, are you allowed to say that on YouTube?
Yeah, I said that about myself. I would literally hang myself. If I had a choice between getting with Sexy Red or say, I don't know,
self-deletion.
What's her name? Gorilla. I'll be like, can you hang me?
Man, you just roasted them at that point.
Sisters, but you got some things going on that I don't want no parts of. None. I mean, even Suki Hana is getting on my nerves, but I mean, I really like the sister, and I want her to. I don't know what Umar was thinking. I'm like, bruh, come on,
I mean, for anyone that calls that feminism is probably not in the right mind.
We got a few more minutes. We gotta continue.
Kendrick not representing all those other dudes. He's only representing himself.
Why can't it be about Kendrick? Like I laughed when he said, I'll fuck you in a jail cell. I thought it was funny.
Mm-hmm.
I'll make love to you. I thought it was hilarious.
Yeah, only you think it's funny.
It's not funny. It's violence.
I'm not. I don't laugh at. I don't laugh when people say that. I don't even remember remotely. Not one comedian. Not Cat Williams. Not freaking Kevin Hart. Mike Epps. I don't remember none of Eddie Griffin. I don't remember none of these dudes mention anything about raping another nigga.
That's messed up. That's not even comedy. That's like a threat.
It's funny to. Oh, you can't take a joke. Yeah,
I mean, they do say that like people can't take jokes when those are not jokes. Those are threats.
I remember when Dave Chappelle got attacked, right?
Mm-hmm.
After the aftermath of Will Smith slapping the crap out of Chris Rock, someone literally got on stage and damn near attacked Dave Chappelle, right? And everybody and white people thought it was actually funny. It was like, look at that! Oh, damn! That Dave Chappelle is funny.
I mean, they do get turned on by violence, and they find violence funny. It's like they're different people. Like they're not like us. Like Kendrick was right about them people, and Drake might be one of those people. Again, they're not like us, and we're not like them. They find the heinous things funny, which is why they're not like us. Like actual human beings, decent human beings. I mean, they don't get me wrong. They could be decent, but not that decent.
Right. Well, I mean, we don't. I mean, define decent human beings now, because remember, we're living in a real effed up century. So you got to define the term of a decent human being.
I mean, someone who's not anti-black. Someone who's not a weirdo that likes kids. Somebody who's not a snitch or a cheater or a thief or a liar.
That's rare. That's rare and that's rich coming from someone like that. What you just stated, and you named a pretty good, significant, rare list, which you're rarely going to find nowadays. People fitting that criteria. Let's continue.
Mm-hmm. But I see why people are upset. What the fuck does Schultz have to say about hip hop when you're talking to Kendrick Lamar? Kendrick Lamar is not the face of hip hop, but he's not all hip. He's not all hip hop. What does that have to do with what we're talking about?
No, I think he spoke about things directly associated with Kendrick.
He made generalizations.
What people are more upset about is not him saying, "Well, I guess some people are upset that he said he'd fuck Kendrick Lamar," but the overall outrage I've seen is who is Schultz to criticize hip hop and what person? No, he's been.
I hate when that shit happens.
Cent shows last year. I don't think he paid for the ticket.
I'm not saying. I said supported hip hop.
Okay, supported is paying.
Andrew Schultz has
he's spending money
Andrew
on
Schultz has a huge platform. Has he not supported artists in hip hop? Has he not spoken positively about artists in hip hop?
Oh yeah, probably.
All right, then. So why are we so now that he's speaking?
That's the line.
No, I'm not saying
everybody has done that. Hip hop is like the most popular genre in the world. Hip hop is looked at as pop right now. Everybody, no matter what race, no matter what creed, no matter what age, they have.
Right. I would call it hip hop. Hip hop used to mean so much, and it was one of the most richest in terms of how it was and how it used to be when I grew up. Because when I grew up, it was all about not just flowing to a beat. It was all about breakdancing for me, and having a stereo turned up all the way loud so people can crowd around you and see you do the things that you do. That was considered hip hop.
Yeah, but now the vultures just took over.
The who?
The vultures. The culture vultures, the appropriators took over. Now it's gentrified.
Gentrified indeed. Gentrified indeed. And I might end up coming out with a live stream stating.
I mean, there's one part of hip hop that's not gentrified. It's drill music.
Should we name drill music as a problem too? But should we cancel hip hop? Should we cancel rap music? Because right now your stars are not stars anymore. Either they're retired or they're, kind of salty.
Oh yeah, like Jay-Z and Diddy.
Shh! Don't do that. I would, if you would have said Busta Rhymes, I would have been like, yeah. But you mentioned the primary hip hop artists, the primary ones that nearly took a blood oath. But
I mean, he's all over the news or something.
It is in the news. Every time he's in the news, he's getting sued by somebody.
Mm-hmm.
He's literally getting sued by somebody. I don't know why, but damned if you do, damned if you don't. But it's not over. It's not over by a long shot.
Have supported hip hop in some way. Does that mean that they are really of this thing of ours and they really understand our plight and they really should have a voice within our culture? No.
Responded to somebody sending what he felt like was a direct shot at him on a record. This did not come out of the blue thin air. He's responded to a shot that somebody sent at him. And that's the problem with people. When you send a shot at somebody, you can't dictate then how they respond to that shot. So that's all I'm saying. I understand why people
I just connected the dots.
In the culture, they have a right to
what?
Wait, I just connected the dots. Maybe it was revenge for Drake. You know how Kendrick called Drake a pedo? And he felt like calling Drake not like the black people was an insult to him indirectly. So he probably took as a secondhand proxy insult. Like you're saying they're singling out Drake now. I'm next. They're going to make fun of me next for being white. Like they're making fun of Drake for being like, that's his point of view. Like I just connected the dots. And maybe that's why he was making that sexual joke about Kendrick. Because Kendrick called Drake a sexual violator. That's one theory.
He does say weird and pedophilic things.
I mean, he's mad that they're calling out Drake for being half white. According to the white people, they're saying that Drake is being excommunicated and disowned for being half white.
Well, he did put on blackface.
I mean, that is true. Man, if Drake said the N-word, I would beat him up.
People, did you hear Euphoria?
Oh yeah, I did hear that. Euphoria, Meet the Grams. Yo, something.
Kendrick. He should stop saying. Kendrick said he should stop saying the word nigga.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Kendrick said like Drake is a sick man, and his mom raised a sick son or something like that.
You want to play that shit, but I can't play it through the copyright reasons.
Damn, I want you to play. My my new favorite song from Kendrick is GNX.
Oh, I heard it. Pretty goddamn good.
I mean, I knew Kendrick longer than I knew Drake.
I guess that's the only reason why Schultz wants to is opening his mouth right now because he knows that album is going to go number 1.
Oh, did you know Kendrick is performing in Toronto?
Good. I hope he performs in Vegas so I can go see it.
He's performing in Drake's hometown of Toronto. To humiliate Drake. And honestly, I'm excited for that.
Ain't shit Drake can do about it.
I mean, Drake can cry about it.
But sue.
I mean, Drake can cry about it because Drake is a weird guy and he can cry about it like he does. Drake has BN tendencies.
Dude, Drake comes from that Nickelodeon era, just like Christina Aguilera, Britney Spears, and Justin Timberlake. They all come from that era. Listen, they put on they sang. Hollywood gives.
Oh yeah, I know
them a
Drake from Degrassi.
See, he puts on the uniform. They put a bug in his ear, and all of a sudden, he's connected to
the streets.
You know, Pusha T and all these other people. He's connected to Cash Money.
Yeah, as Kendrick said, Drake is not a collie; he's a colonizer.
He is a colonizer.
And he goes to Atlanta and he wants a damn dollar.
I mean, I still listen to Drake every now and again. I mean, I have no choice when I'm at work, but
I never listened to Drake. I never listened to him before he got canceled, and I still don't listen to him because Drake is just I can't relate to him because he's like half white. He lived a life that I could never dream of. Lived in mansions ever since he was a kid. The guy fought his mother for a tuna sandwich.
How do you know all this?
I mean, there's videos of it online. The guy was living in a mansion ever since he was a kid. And me, barely.
Again, he was living in the Macaulay Culkin era. He was living in that Nickelodeon era.
Yeah.
I'm not shocked. I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised at all. But listen, no shade, right? But don't come on our side of the ghetto, the poor fence, and thinking that you king and you holding something over our heads because we don't get the shit right.
I mean, first of all, he's a false claimer, then he's a predator. I mean, these two things in real life get you murked in the hood.
He's never been to the hood. What do you think? He's never
lived, if he's ever been
sniffed, snorted, shitted, nothing hood. What? Just because he hung out with Birdman? No, come on now.
Drake also fakes Jamaican accents.
Anybody can fake a Jamaican accent. Ain't nothing new. But
yeah, I mean, Drake and Andrew Schultz was like mad at Kendrick for making fun of Drake and him because he thought that Kendrick was singling all the non-blacks out. Because that's why he made he thought his coolness was being violated. So when his coolness was being violated, he felt like, I'm gonna violate Drake's manhood.
I just thought of something right just now. What would save hip hop, right? If Kendrick and Lupe Fiasco made a record, I would listen to that shit frontwards and freaking backwards. Because to me, Kendrick is the face of hip hop.
Kendrick is the new face of hip hop. He's like the new avatar of hip hop.
But do you know? But is Lupe is much better than Drake.
Lupe, who's Lupe?
Lupe Fiasco. You don't know who Lupe Fiasco is?
I never heard of him.
Go look up "Kick Push" by Lupe Fiasco.
I think I heard that song play somewhere, but
good song. Good
is he like
song.
Is he like light skin like Drake or?
No, he's black, all the way freaking black.
Oh yeah, good. Because you want the culture I assumed consumed to be authentic, not to be culture made. You know.
Him, Lupe, and J. Cole. Even though J. Cole has been quiet.
Yeah, one time I jokingly said to a Drake fan, this guy used to be a former friend of mine, right? This guy who was like dark skinny like Drake. I said, you consider Drake black? An average white boy walking on the street is more blacker than Drake because Drake is corny and he's not that valid. And then he got mad at me. And then he just disfriended me because the guy he had a heart on his head. He was one of those Drake fans.
Oh, Negroes is sensitive. Oh, break my heart.
Mm-hmm. And then I even said something like, if you're calling Drake black, by that logic, I'm black too. And then the guy just got mad and said, how dare you diss Drake like that? I said, everybody's doing it now. It's too late for him.
There was an episode that my daughter sent me. There was a clip that my daughter sent me that Drake, Drake went to bed and suddenly he heard, they're not like us. They're not like us. He went to go take a drive, and he turned on the radio. They're not like us. They're not like us.
You know what my dad's opinion about the song? They not like us. My dad thinks.
And he wanted to commit suicide, right?
Oh shit!
He jumped into the river and tried to drown himself. Suddenly, the fish even sing this. The fish even emulate the song. They're not like us. So he goes back. He can't go nowhere where they're playing that damn song.
I mean, Drake is like nobody I know. Drake is neither white, neither black, neither a fish. He's like no one. He's not like us. And the guy's a weirdo.
Damn, you really hate Drake. That why?
I always hated Drake. I always hated him. He makes Canadians look goofy.
What? Are you Canadian?
I mean, I was born in Canada, but I became a naturalized citizen in America.
Jeez, everybody hates Drake.
I mean, Drake is a goofy. I mean, ever since his career started, I wanted it to end so bad. I like that was like one of my wishes, like my last wishes. But my first wish was I'd rather get that new bike. I always wanted Drake's career to end, low-key, not gonna lie. I'm just saying it now because Kendrick has made it mainstream, all the Drake hate. There was Drake haters before the Kendrick Not Like Us song. There was people who hated Drake before the uprising of Kendrick. There was people who hated Drake before Kendrick became a thing.
I get it, but this is more than just Kendrick. This is more than just Kendrick.
But this is the culture. This is the black community we talking about. This is the epicenter of everything. It's the ultimate truth we're talking about. Anti-blackness. This is bigger than Kendrick, you, me, all the communities. It's about humanity. It's like people are trying to fight on Drake's side, trying to violate a black man's humanity. It's like bigger than just hip hop. It's bigger than everything. This is like an outrage.
I get it, and it's turning cult. I get it but for this instance, right? Put all that aside. We'll do a mini Drake video another day. Put all that aside.
But the Andrew Schultz thing.
Yeah,
that
can
also
you
pissed
see
me
yourself?
off.
I'm gonna ask you, can you see yourself being in a situation when you're in a room with Andrew Schultz and he says that very same thing, and people are laughing about it, and he goes back the next day and doubles down on what he is saying. And he's and having a small little glimpse of crashing out. Crashing out for what? Because people don't. Because you feel entitled to something. You don't feel. People don't owe you anything.
Okay, if I was in that room, I would have probably beat the shit out of him because I have a conscience, unlike those raccoons. I mean, they sold their soul to the white man on the comedian set. They sold their soul, all right. That's why they ain't got no feelings for their own kind. But I have a conscience.
I can't say anything to that. I mean, it is what it is. Hey,
and the one goofy Indian guy that was on there, that angered me the most.
I know.
Like
I read your comment. I read your comment the other day.
No, it's just deeper than that. Like the Indian guy is okay with someone violating someone who's not a white guy's manhood. Like that's like today it's black men's booties. Tomorrow it's Indian men's booties. Like when are they gonna stop?
Listen, I don't want to hear or talk about no man's butt ever unless it was the booty warrior that I was interviewing, and I would, even then I would cringe. I would be like, just like when Anton Daniels, he interviewed the booty warrior.
What the hell?
I'm dead ass. You gotta go.
I mean, if someone joked like that about me, here's what I would do. I would literally delete that person for joking about me like that. Like, this is no fun. This is predatory behavior. What Andrew Schultz is doing. That's gateway predatory behavior. Making fun of, telling jokes like that.
And you want it, but again, I said it earlier. I'm gonna say it again. I do not condone any type of violence towards anyone's family.
I mean, his family will be kept out of it, but if his family, like let's say his male kid grows up and avenges his father, then I might have to stand on business.
Nobody on see. Come on, now you talking extremes. I mean, come on. I mean, I don't see any type of shit like that happening. This is not like he should literally. People should literally, especially in his crew, should just literally just leave that shit out of it. I mean, I understand the consequences of you saying what you said, and I looked at, I said, yo, look at the context of how he said it and what was said and how he said it. You think that's applicable to what you think he was in the right to say what he said? Of course he was in the right. It's his
I'm just saying, like, once you violate a man's manhood, I was saying once you violate a man's manhood, nothing is off the table. Basically, that's how it is in a lot of cities. People get hurt over this shit. It doesn't, like, this is a new era we live in. People don't believe in that honorable shit, like leaving family out of it. It's like, you violated me, you and yours have got to go. This is the new world we live in. But I would cut him some slack if he said something about me. I would only punish him and keep his family out of it. But if it's someone who's not me and he made fun of them, then it'll be kind of like that. If it was me in that situation, I would be a man of honor. But would anyone else be a man of honor? We don't know about Kendrick yet. What will Kendrick respond to? We have no idea. But I hope he keeps the family out of this.
Well, hopefully, Kendrick, he's a very smart individual. He knows where to keep it straight, and he knows where to keep it professional.
Maybe he should write a letter to the comedian's family, and through a song like "Meet the Grams," but it should be "Meet the Schultz." He should write a letter, like a song letter, like something like that.
I'm gonna make you upset on purpose, just because you're that good. I'm gonna make you so upset. I'm gonna see if I can actually find this thing too. And while you're doing that, hit the like button. Hit the like button. Like, share, and subscribe. Like, share, and subscribe. And if you have not done so, become a member of the We-On-Loc Nation channel. I am going to literally piss you off, sir. Let me see.
Oh, don't play that clip of it.
Yeah, I got to.
Oh, come on, man, don't do that.
You don't even know what clip I'm going to play. Stop. You don't even know what clip I'm going to play.
I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear that.
Hear what?
Andrew Schultz.
There's DIY.
What?
And there's doing it.
You don't even know what he's going to say.
Oh.
Austin, Atlanta, for Comedy Hype News, I'm John Abba. Over the weekend, Andrew Schultz will once again respond to Kendrick Lamar's line on his latest album, GNX. On the album's first...
That car is clean, though.
I mean, that car is a good old school car.
Yes, it is.
Track, Lamar raps, "Don't let no white comedian talk about no black women, that's law." Schultz first responded on his podcast, Flagrant 2, where he would label Lamar a hypocrite for being a part of a genre of music that has not respected black women either. In addition, Schultz would jokingly threaten Lamar by making love to the rapper and saying that there would be nothing he could do about it. Now, these comments would
Wait.
further anger
Charlemagne
social
hosted
media,
him on his
Kendrick
channel?
Lamar fans as many.
They're
Wait a
called
minute,
the Brilliant
Charlemagne had him on?
Dude, they're called the Brilliant Idiots. They have a show together. They've been having the show together for years now. They're called the Brilliant Idiots.
Many would continue to debate. TDE Sponge would respond to the viral clip of Schultz saying he would sexually assault Lamar, writing, wait. I know as a black man who's involved in hip hop music that we are a bit slow and don't really understand sarcasm and humor, but did my guy say he wants to sleep with Dot? Schultz would once again address the controversy on another podcast he co-hosts, the Brilliant Idiots podcast, with host Charlemagne the God. The episode was highly anticipated due to this is the first time Schultz co-host Charlemagne would go and provide his input on the situation as well. During the podcast, Schultz would reveal that he's received several death threats from fans of Kendrick Lamar who are also threatening his wife and newborn child. Now, it appears that D.L. Hughley would catch wind of the situation after the story was posted by the Jasmine brand on Instagram. Hughley would criticize Schultz for playing victim. On his social media, he would write, "Fuck out of here." This is where privilege enters the chat. Typically white privilege response. You don't get to be the aggressor and the victim. Be careful what you ask for. You just might get it. Schultz would actually go on to respond in DL's comments, still defending himself by writing, "DL, with all due respect, because you are an OG in this comedy game, please stop crying. This is the internet. Death threats to our families is unfortunately normal. Only victims here are Kendrick fans, butthurt that their woke hero is actually bite-sized hypocrite." Now, Hughley's comments is noteworthy, particularly because Lamar never mentioned a comedian's name in the lyric. It was Schultz and Gary Owen who would respond, despite not being specifically named. Other comedians and public figures would chime in under Hughley's post. Former SNL cast member Leslie Jones would write, "Fuck this motherfucker." Actor Don Cheadle would also join the conversation, siding with Hughley. Cheadle would write, "Fuck him." Damn, Schultz wrote, most likely
I guess it's the end of his career.
Wait a minute. Did they say Wesley Jones said fuck this? What the fuck? What did you say?
Wait, why does Andrew Schultz look like the bad guy from History?
Stop it. But wait, did Leslie Jones say what I think she just said? And don't nobody like Leslie Jones, but yet she just said something very profound. She said, "Fuck this nigga." Oh boy!
I mean, Andrew Schultz got the Nazi haircut. I mean, that explains everything.
Hey, the boy's getting what he deserves, right? I mean, this all in itself is good. It's good content. I wish it were with different circumstances though, but this is actually good. But now it's gonna get significantly worse.
I mean, it's gonna get sinister. I mean, he opened the gates of hell by criticizing the black community, a black rapper. He opened the gates of hell for himself.
To be perfectly honest with you, it's really not necessarily about K-Dot. It's all about it's necessarily what he has said specifically to black people, period. Again.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's about black people, period.
I mean, of course, he dogs black women, of course. He does it in a jokingly type of a way, just to get some type of fucking attention. Of course, everybody knows the K-Dot thing. He has criticized Drake before. He had mentioned about No Vaseline by Ice Cube, even though Ice Cube, it was something totally different. It had nothing to do. He was like, maybe you should stop. You should criticize those rappers, and about the whole No Vaseline thing by Ice Cube. It's like that was something totally different. That was a reaction to Dr. Dre and his beef going back and forth with those two when their manager at that time were put a wedge in between Ice Cube and Dr. Dre and Eazy-E and all of them, and all of them were started NWA, you know, niggas with attitudes, whatever. But it had nothing to do with great. Nothing at all. Nothing. He does look like a Nazi.
I mean, he got the haircut, he got the skin fade, so.
Shit, let's continue.
They're hopping in. One user on social media would even point out Charlemagne taking a more neutral stance on the issue, standing by his co-host. They wrote, Charlemagne Gay been a little weird lately. It's given Samuel L. Jackson's character in the Django. Another social media user would write, what's wild.
Oh, I'm gonna get you,
yo, that was wild.
Huh?
Yo, that Django reference is wild.
It is. It's. I haven't even seen it. Don't spoil it for me.
Is Kendrick never named him specifically. He stood up, waved his hands in the air, and said, "Yeah, that's me." And now he's a victim. So, what do you guys think about D.L. Hughley calling out Andrew Schultz, playing victim after making a joke about sexually assaulting Kendrick Lamar? And what are your thoughts on Charlemagne the God stance and his decision to not check Andrew Schultz? Let us know in the comments below. Plus, stay up to date with the latest news and comedy by subscribing here to our YouTube channel. Hit the notification bell.
He's not good. What do people?
I wouldn't be surprised if these things happen to Andrew Schultz himself.
Dude, what if these people are not going to get? Fucking Charlemagne the God loves hip hop, but he also loves everybody. He is for everybody.
Man, the little guy loves curry heads, crackers. I mean, the guy basically loves everyone, but if you're a member of all tribes, you're a member of no tribe.
Did you just say he loves fudge packers?
Yeah, curry heads and crackers, bro. Curry heads is in Indians, crackers is in white people.
What the? Well, he did. I mean, he did mention he would suck a dick if he lost a bet. Like, and he did play with a dildo on his show.
Well, he did. Yeah, that's super.
He did play with a dildo on his show. So, I guess that boy, and wanted DJ Envy to hold the dildo while he did it. So. And of course, don't nobody notice that rainbow flag that's right behind people? Like, what are we doing here? So, what I don't know, but I'm pretty much, I'm like I said what I said, and I said what I meant. I'm just waiting for K-Dot to respond. Now, let this be a lesson to all you Negroes out there, but literally y'all gonna just continue to be with all these snow bunnies out here, and ultimately you gonna let the next person, the next Machine Gun Kelly in, you're gonna let in the next whatever.
Man, tomorrow they'll let the next Adolf Hitler in and then say, "Oh, it was nice knowing you." That's what it's giving me. It's giving me the vibes of bring the next hater inside your circle and just let them do whatever they do.
Ain't your 15 minutes up?
Oh, yeah.
I thought I told you not to tell the truth around here. And plus, I don't want your mom getting mad at me. I don't want your mama getting mad at me. So,
nah.
But I'm gonna wait for a response. But this was good. I'm gonna wait for his response. If he gives a response,
I don't think you should give clout to that white boy, honestly.
Lyrically, if he gives a response, or if he wants to come see, whatever he wants to do, I'm still waiting. Or if he gives a response at all.
I mean, you should not acknowledge the white boy because white people feed into clout chasing low-key. It's like each time they're mentioned in some guy's rap song, they'll capitalize off of it.
No, most people like that say that black folks are the only thing they do is respond violently, and to that rebut, I say yeah, because for so many years and so many centuries, you made us violent, so we had no choice but to act in our violent nature. You never educated us. We had low key underground people like Booker T. Washington educate us.
Mm-hmm.
Literally low key. And if we were caught reading, we were hung. If we were caught being knowledgeable, we were hung. If we were caught looking at you funny, we were hung. Beaten, but we were hung.
Okay. So you're saying buck broken?
Huh?
So you're saying like white people were used to buck breaking?
Pretty much. Pretty much. But now you want to reverse engineer it and say, oh, these black guys are so violent and they just break the rules every single time. Well,
Here's what I would say to him. I would say, don't blame the blacks, blame yourself.
And what would be the rebuttal to that? Let me see. If you were to say that, and let's just say I was like a person like or Nick Fuentes, and I would just say it was like, oh by golly, geez, Wally Wash, what do you mean by that, sir? Elaborate.
Yeah, I would say I will elaborate. I'll say the way you treated those people will clap back. They will spin for themselves. They will slide for themselves. Like, what do you expect? Revenge is human nature.
Nah, he was suing for what? Freedom of speech. He's free to say. He's free to say under the law. Under the law now, this is going to be a law. First Amendment rights, other than grape or whatever. Under the First Amendment, you have the right to say whatever it is you want to say, especially on apps like this. That's law now. That's going to be law.
So you're saying fascism is going to become law?
The what?
They're saying free speech is like a gateway to fascism. Man, if they're going to make racism the law right now, if they're going to make injustice justice, then resistance becomes duty. I mean, if they're going to make injustice the law, resistance becomes duty. But how are we going to resist? Because there's infiltrators within the communities, the black communities. It's like, how are we going to resist? How are we going to fish out the traitors and the enemies? And the fake allies?
No, but this actually absolutely does help flush out who people really are, what their demeanor is, how they portray themselves to be. This is a pretty good thing, and we can just basically just out people and say, aha, now that. So this is who you truly are as a person. Now, whether they will be for you or against you, you can out these raggedy sumbitches through free speech. Now, however it goes, it can hurt you in the long run. It can hurt you in the process. I mean, it can hurt you by if you're willing to say anything you want, depending upon what it is and what the circumstances and what the subject is, then you're either going to meet somebody who's going to want to ride with you at that moment, or somebody's basically going to come see you. And it's not to shake your hand.
Mm-hmm.
So I would encourage white folks, once again, I encourage white people to please say whatever it is you want to say. Donald Trump is making it a law, so you can say whatever you want to say. But he did not say whatever it is that flies out your mouth. Be prepared to meet the consequences of your actions. He didn't say none of that. I mean, look at it this way. The Democrats wanted to protect certain individuals from the freedom of speech. Donald Trump is making it an appointment for everyone to be as great as they want to be online. Look how that worked out. Now, for me, I can start outing people. I can say, aha.
You can catch them red-handed nowadays.
Also, you like saying the N-word.
So you can catch the racist red-handed.
Just like that other day. I don't know if you. If
I mean, you would catch them in
the
the act.
No. You're familiar with Sharon Bracey, aren't you?
Oh no, I haven't heard of him.
You never heard of him?
Is he a good guy or a bad guy?
Well, I'm not saying he's either or, but I mean he does have great content and he's a good personality. However, the white side of him shows a lot. But the reason why I bring him up is because the woman that he had brought up was saying a whole bunch of N-words and was just sprouting a whole bunch of racist stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so this is what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
And even her father came up and did the exact same shit. Now, this is what I mean of freedom of speech. You're free to come up on anybody's platform and say the things that you say, and people will absolutely, positively justify that, right?
Yeah. Oh, my battery's running low.
Well, get in the house. You're supposed to be in the house like 25 minutes ago.
I gotta go. Bye.
All right, take it easy. It's crazy. That boy is crazy. He's smart as cat shit. I'll tell you that much. He could be considered threatening harm. Yeah. But at this point, Bridge, niggas don't care. Niggas do not give a shit. You know why niggas don't give a shit? Is because their boy, not only did their boy get violated on. Not only did he take his man, or is trying to take his manhood away from him by saying the things that he said, but you're merely taking a back. You're merely taking a back to the point of when our ancestors had no other choice but to bend towards the will of their oppressor. That's taken aback. And the kids nowadays don't understand that because they don't study, they don't read. All they do is, play video games and go on YouTube all day and get on this microphone right here and turn on the camera and turn on your laptop or whatever on your PC, and they literally get on just talking shit. When are you ever gonna pick up a book? No, I challenge people to read the Willie Lynch letter. I challenge you. I beg of you to read the Willie Lynch letter. See what it has done secretly, in secret, and in spirit. This letter has literally broken most of our spirits. That's one of the reasons why we can't get along. This is one of the reasons why we're fighting amongst one another. Just read it for yourself. Everything that letter states has literally came true for what? Decades? Well, I can't convince people of anything. I can't convince you to swat the flies off of a dog's ass. I can't convince none of you people to do anything. I'm not talking about none of y'all in the chat. I'm talking about in general. I can't convince anybody to say, for example, listen to Umar's words when it comes across, when it hits home, when most of those words that or most of the things that he lists hits home. If it hits home, it should automatically send it in your brain, wow, he really is on point. But we do what we do what we want to do. And hey, if the boy get wrecked, the boy get wrecked. So it'd be the best. It'd be the best thing for him to get security or buy security or whatever he has to do, you know, because he's gonna get dealt with sooner or later, unless he buckles down and apologizes to Kendrick. But I don't see that. I don't see it. I don't see an apology coming. I don't see anything coming other than an ass whooping. But this is just my opinion. What do you think? The mere question remains: should Andrew Schultz be canceled? Should it be canceled? I am We-On-Loc Nation. And I would like for you to like, subscribe to the channel. And please, if you have not done so, become a member of the We-On-Loc Nation channel. And I will see you tomorrow as I fry the fuck out of Lennon Honor tomorrow. Guaranteed.